Hello, welcome to this your channel of the Beta Eurofan. Text me. North Macedonia keeps its path at the Junior Contest, in which it has been having mixed results. Particularly, there were high expectations with Anna and Alexei during their participation in the contest of the year before last. Due to their previous experience, but their marathon proposal did not end up convincing to the audience, to the point of placing second to last in the final ranking. Even so, that did not stop them from keeping its annual appointment with Junior Eurovision, hoping to get a better result. For this, we will see more of the next child artist that has taken the bait from them by waving the North Macedonian colors in Blissy. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the North Macedonian entry for Junior Eurovision 2025, which has been represented by the singer Nela Mančeska with the song Miracle. Before discovering what kind of miracle she will be talking about, let's discover initially more about this talented girl that wants to get known in the European musical scene. Having said this, let's move on with the review. As usual, we start by reviewing her biography before leaving her Eurovision experience on Georgian lens. Nela is a North Macedonian singer. She's 13 years old and comes from the North Macedonian capital, Skopje. She demonstrates a huge interest for music since she was very little, to the point that it will become her life motivation. In fact, while she is having her school studies, she's also taking a quite complete musical education, with singing classes 4 times a week as well as piano classes. Those close to her often describe her as a very disciplined girl and totally engaged with her musical education, which clearly demonstrates her true passion for music. She dreams herself of continuing her musical studies at a conservatory and thereafter pursuing a college degree in the musical field, either in her native country or abroad. Since 2020, she will start to have her first experience in TV shows, like her participation in the series Soki Poki, performing a secondary role in one of the episodes, and her appearances in the children's show Daite Musica, from where it was formed the group that will represent North Macedonia at Junior Eurovision in 2021 during the edition held in Paris, France, having in some way her first Eurovision connections. During that time, she was also participating in diverse musical festivals and talent shows, both national and international, receiving several acknowledgements by her vocal skills, her musical maturity, and her stage presence, becoming little by little in one of the most outstanding child artists in the Balkan region. That fame will be increased much more in 2024 with her participation in the 11th season of the Croatian version of Got Talent, despite not advancing over the auditions phase round, and more recently in the prestigious international singing competition Angel Voice, which is held in Belgrade, Serbia. Musically speaking, she cites among her musical references to the American singers Whitney Houston and Ariana Grande, the British actress and singer Cynthia Erivo, as well as renowned singers of the North Macedonian musical scene like Tosha Proeski, who was the Macedonian representative at Eurovision in 2004 during the edition held in Istanbul, Turkey, and Rihanna Janevska and Tamara Dodevska, who was the North Macedonian representative at Eurovision in 2019 during the edition held in Tel Aviv, Israel. Besides her musical faces, she also likes to read books in the park, drawing and knitting in her spare time. She takes care of her public image with a special care, to the point that she makes her own dresses, inspired in this case in the magical world of princesses from Disney Studios. And she also has a very particular pet, a chameleon. Nela has also confessed to be a huge fan of both Eurovision and Junior Eurovision, dreaming about participating someday in any of the 2 editions. In fact, she commonly shares covers of many Eurovision hits in her YouTube channel. What she could not imagine is that she will have the occasion of representing her country with a song performed by her at the Junior Contest. Let's see then how she ends up accomplishing her dream. Keeping up with this usual strategy, the North Macedonian public broadcaster would open once again for an internal selection for both the artist and the song that would represent the Balkan country in Georgia. After confirming its participation in mid-May of last year, the broadcaster issued an open call for all the North Macedonian child artists between 9 and 14 years old who wanted to take part in the process, closing it at the end of that same month. 2 days after the closure of the open call, the live auditions took place in the broadcaster studios, where they will be evaluated by an expert panel. Then in mid-June of last year, it was officially announced the selection of Nela as the North Macedonian representative that will travel to Tbilisi. Shortly after, the broadcaster will start to work in production of the song that she will perform at the Junior Contest, working in this case with renowned songwriters from the North Macedonian musical scene, although without knowing more details about the process. Finally, after many months of work, it will be releasing early last November the song with its accompanying official music video. A track that projects emotion and sensibility. Now I'm going to analyze this proposal in full detail with which Nela has stepped the Junior Contest stage. The melody is a contemporary pop ballad in this case, another one of the many ones featured in the edition, while Nela's voice is emotional and powerful at the same time, which is perfectly with the style of the track, being supported by backing vocals, especially during the chorus, by giving it a warm and inspiring character. Despite the fact that the song's title is in English, the lyrics have been written mostly in Macedonian, with just a phrase in English by the chorus, which gives title to the track casually, by a duo of North Macedonian songwriters that already have experience on composing entries for both Eurovision and Junior Eurovision. We are talking in this case of Lazar Shevkovsky and Magdalena Shevkovska, who have participated together in many entries, specifically Predace Rajeni, performed by Esma and Lozano, who represented the country in 2013 during the edition held in Malmö, Sweden. Fire, performed by Nela Mančeska at Junior Eurovision in 2018 during the edition held in Gliwice, Poland. And more recently, the entry performed by Anna and Alexei, as we already know, being this the third entry for both the Junior Contest. Although Lazar has also participated by himself in the competition of all the entries for both editions in the past. Talking about the contest behind the lyrics, it talks about the life we all have inside, about hope, courage, and the belief that even in the darkest times we can stand on our feet and with our head up high, thus projecting our inner light like a shining star. This is easily perceived after reading the lyrics with more detail, previously translated of course, by keeping a resilient attitude and preserving the authenticity all the time. So in this sense, the message intended to be transmitted with the track is quite clear. Every person, child or adult, is a miracle on its own way. After having seen more of this emotional proposal, let's see then how they opted to portray the content described into the official music video. First of all, I'm going to put on my earbuds to watch and listen more of this proposal presented by Nela. So, playing in 3, 2, 1. We can see Nela performing the song. There is a light beam coming to her, and she is surrounded by more light beams around. There are also another shots of her with more sparkles. They're trying to give an ethereal atmosphere with the track. Now she's holding a light being close to her heart. Two more light beams come from their hands. Those lightning just crash on them to make a cosmic explosion. Emotion and intensity all the time. And now she's flying. She looks like she's flying above the stars. And this is the music video. I think in this case that they intended to give an ethereal and emotional performance, emphasized by all those light beams and sparkles around her, although it is unclear if she will going to fly when she performs this song on the stage. Aside from this, I think that the presentation of the music video has been fine. Taking into account the minimalistic and intimate character projected with the track, it was quite predictable that they would offer a simple presentation, emphasizing the performance skills from Nela. In fact, for the staging publicity has been simple, with Nela on a platform at the center of the stage wearing an elegant cream-colored dress, with lighting in cold and warm tones and using imagery of shooting stars and a star out of the space on the visual graphics. Watching her live performance at the Junior Contest, it begins with close-ups of Nela while she starts to perform the track with the stage almost in dark, then featuring general shots of the stage while there are a series of shooting stars in the visual graphics. As the track progresses, you can notice that there is white smoke on the stage floor while she is standing on a platform barely moving herself. With the first chorus, you can notice that all the shooting stars suddenly start to orbit around a sparkling light that slowly appears in the center, which thereafter featured as sort of cosmic explosion like those were fireworks. The dynamic remains quite similar during the second verse, in which an astronomical map with constellations of stars are drawn. It is the same way during the second chorus with the astronomical map on the background. And by the song's outro, there is just a star out of space while Nela has her vocal extravaganza moments, closing the performance with close-ups of her. In summary, this performance has been very good. She has not had a perfect vocal performance, but she has been amazing the most of it, taking into account that it is a difficult song to perform with the vocal choice it has. Despite she looked quite steady and that she did not fly on the air like in the music video, I consider that she accomplished on projecting the emotion and the feeling that is transmitted with the track. This will be reflected at the time of knowing the voting results, placing 5th initially after the reveal of the scores for the jury, giving expectations on how she will be valued by the audience. And finally, with the televoting results, she will only receive a handful of points, which will make her go down 2 spots to finally settle in the 7th place of the final ranking. Summarizing all what I have commented so far, I like very much the North Macedonian entry of last year. It is true that it has been one of the many ballads presented in the edition, but this one has captivated me since the very first moment. So I did not hesitate not only to adding it to my playlist, but also having it among my big favorites due to its ethereal and emotional character, and even with an epic touch that helps me to stand out very much. The final result not only improves in comparison with the last edition, reaching the first of positions on the table, thus recalling the golden phase of their first participations. About Nela, it's quite clear that she will keep preparing herself as a performer after accomplishing her dream of being at the Junior Contest. So maybe she will not take too long on starting a promising musical career as a child artist, and even it is possible that when she becomes an adult, she might think about trying to represent her country at the senior edition. So surely we will keep having much more news from her in the future. This has been the North Macedonian proposal last year for the Junior Contest. What do you think about it? Does this proposal have thrilled or moved you, or do you think that it was another ballad of the bunch? In any case, let me know your opinion in the comments down below, thus we can keep making discussion. And this is it for today's episode. Does this video has been of your taste? Take a few moments to give a like, helping me with that to keep receiving your support and make this content to be spread among more people. Subscribe to my channel and enable notifications by hitting the bell and follow me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye!